hysterical. Mary Spadaro, everybody there, let her hear.
What's up, you guys? My name's Mary. I'm really happy to be here. I don't know if you can tell just from like looking at me, but I'm kind of gay. And if you can't, that's weird because kids at school sure could. I was in denial about being attracted to women for a really long time. So long that even after I started sleeping with women, I was like, there's no way I'm not into this. I'm not. I just love eating pussy. I'm so competitive with other women. And I got a girlfriend. While we're on the topic, you know how you're supposed to drink pineapple juice to make your cum taste sweeter? Yeah? Yep. I wish there was something you could drink to make your cum taste smarter. And when someone's going down on me, I want them to know outside of this, I'm a thinker. I love to read. I love to write. I love to arithmetic. Last girlfriend I had was dating for almost 2 years, and I think my favorite thing about being in a peer relationship is definitely how much support we got from everyone, and so much support from our friends and family, and just like men, like on the street and stuff. Men on the street love me and my girlfriend, let me tell you. Men on the street love to shout encouragements at us. Stuff like, what a beautiful couple, and one love, ladies. And we shout stuff back, like, thank you, please don't hurt us. My favorite thing a guy ever said to us, one time a man stopped us in the street, he was like, listen, you are the 2 prettiest girls in Massachusetts. And I think that would have been a really sweet thing for him to have said, if he'd said maybe like a different state. And I don't mean that in a mean way, I just mean like prettiest girls in Massachusetts. It feels a lot like prettiest girls in boarding group D. Don't yell at us. Condescending. So yeah, before my last girlfriend had this boyfriend, and he was definitely like the worst boyfriend I've ever had, which is not very nice or interesting. So we dated for like 6 months. And when we broke up, he tweeted a bunch of weird, sad tweets about me. Stuff like, sitting in my car, crying and listening to driver's license. Get it together, Malcolm. And I thought that was fun. Because he did like a medium amount of cheating on me, I want to say. So that breakup song's not for him, right? What is a medium amount of cheating on someone in a 6-month time frame? Is it 4? I feel like it's 4. No worries. I found out she was on Tinder in bed next to me. And I was curious about that. I was like, hey bestie, what are we doing on Tinder? And he said, Mary, don't worry. I'm only cheating on you because I think you might be autistic. Whoa, I'm sorry. I've never gotten that from someone who isn't my mom. And I don't really know why you'd be bringing it up right now. I definitely don't know what lyric in that song he possibly could have been relating to. At no point does Olivia Rodrigo sing cheat on your girlfriend for suspected autism. So we broke up 2 weeks later for unrelated reasons. And like a month after that, I and my soon-to-be girlfriend became best friends. We dated for almost 2 years. And I think the famous most about my ex-girlfriends, we really did tell each other everything. Like, we would go on these long walks and have these stream of consciousness chats. But one time we're walking around, we're holding hands, we're smoking a joint, and I was like, babe, you know what I wish I had like an arrow on my face the way a compass has on its face. I wish that the arrow would point to different parts of my face and it'd be labeled with the corresponding emotion that I was feeling. I wish other people had that too. So that way I could always tell what they were feeling and they could always tell what I was feeling. And my girlfriend did not say anything. And then my brain caught up to what I just said. And I was like, okay, yeah, those are facial expressions. You got me. So, to recap, should the boyfriend have cheated on me? No. Would me being autistic be a reason to cheat on me? Absolutely not. Did he maybe have a point? I don't know, I can't tell what your guys' faces are saying. Since the end of my long-term lesbian relationship, I've been almost exclusively having sex with men, because it's so easy. It's almost easier to do it than to not. There is one challenge though, which is that they scare me. A scary bunch. I was looking up this guy a couple weeks ago and he was choking me a little, which is cool. I was on board with it. We talked about it beforehand. You know, eventually I tap out and he stops, which is good. But when he stops, he looks down at me and he goes, you know, I could kill you if I wanted to. And I was like, yeah, or we could just have a nice time. What? Why do we as human beings live in such extremes? You know, sure, you could kill me. Or we can watch the next episode of Entourage. I'm starting to like it. It's not written for me necessarily. Whatever, I'm living naked and afraid. I'll watch anything at this point. Should probably do like a silly one now. I've got PTSD. No way, you're not skittish at all. I know, right? It's crazy. But I do, and that means a lot of time when I have sex, especially with a man, we have to have a little chat beforehand where I give him the rundown and I say, hey, in case I freak out in the middle, no worries. No worries, I will excuse myself to the other room. I will identify 5 things I can see, 4 things I can hear, 3 things I can smell, 2 things I can touch, and 1 thing I can bite down on while I scream. And then I will return. And we'll get right back into it. And it won't mess up the mood at all. And whenever you say this to a guy, he always has like kind of the same reaction. He's always like, oh my god, do you want me to fight the guy for you? And I'm like, dude, I don't want you to fight the guy. Which one? Be realistic about this, you know? Can you handle multiple men at one time? Because if you've done that good for you, be very sure of yourself before the fight begins. Because once they start, they are not going to stop no matter how many times you politely ask and frown. So sometimes when I tell that joke and the audience reacts in the ways you guys just reacted, I can't help but to wonder, whose side are you on? Because it's supposed to be mine, I'm pretty sure. It's like half women in here. My mom's birthday was a couple weeks ago. My mom's a neat lady. When I was 11, she gave me the book Mommy Dearest to read. I don't know if anyone here is familiar. The actress Joan Crawford, her daughter Christina Crawford writes a tell-all memoir about how horribly abusive her mother is. And my mom saw that and was like, this would be great for Mary. So she gave me the book and I read it, and when I was done, she was like, let's watch the movie. So I did. And we watched the movie together, and at the end of the movie, my mom was like, oh my God, isn't that so crazy? How can a mother be so mean to her own daughter? That is crazy. And in retrospect, I do feel she was baiting me a little bit. But at the time, I was just like, well, you do that stuff, though. And she freaked out. She brought me to my room. And if you've seen the movie, you know there's a famous scene where Joan Crawford is going through her daughter's closet and taking out all the wire hangers. And then she screams, no wire hangers ever! And she hits her with the wire hangers. So my mom brought me to my room and started taking all the wire hangers out of my closet, as if to indicate that she was not like Joan Crawford. Because look at all these hangers I get to have. And that was confusing for me. Because, like, obviously my mom is not like Joan Crawford. Joan Crawford had a job. I have fun, so. I'm gonna do crowd work now. Anyone here have a family? You have a family? You have a family? Yeah, how big is your family?
Immediate, like 3 other people.
Alright, cool, that's a cool answer. I wish, excuse me. I wish what it said was teeny tiny, and then you reached into your pocket and pulled out some miniature people. That's how this interaction would have gone if I was in charge. I'm having a wonderful time. I'm getting catcalled a lot lately. It's summertime. I get catcalled like, hello. I got catcalled in a really neat way the other day, actually. The guy saw me walking down the street and went, like, perfect. Like, so perfect, in fact, that I actually restarted the song I was listening to make sure there's not an old-timey whistle that I But it wasn't. It was real. It was for me. I liked it. Let's bring back that kind of catcalling. You know? The sound effects kind. I want a guy to see me walking down the street and be like, damn, girl. My childhood dog just died. She's sad, right? I know. She's 10. I'm pretty devastated by it. I'm also pretty excited to masturbate without someone watching. But nervous. I don't know if I can finish on my own. I've been hooking up with this guy for a couple months, and I sent him a nude the other day. He's appreciative, and like a couple days later, he was like, "Hey, I was listening to that nude again, and you look great, but like, did you know that your boobs are 2 different sizes?" And I was like, "Yeah, I've lived in this body my whole life, so I'm pretty in tune with its perceived flaws." Ma'am, you haven't liked a single thing that I've said this evening. Can I ask, would you like it more if my boobs were the same size? Before I go, I want to show you guys, there's this famous feminist theorist named Bonnie Burstow. She's written a lot of radical feminist theory. She's this great quote about misogyny and the family dynamic. It goes like this. Often, father and daughter look down on mother together. They agree she's not as smart as they are, cannot function as they do. This collusion will not save the daughter from the mother's fate. Pro. pretty intense, right, ladies? And I think, honestly, very true. Except for when the mom is a dumb Irish bitch.
Oh God, how are we doing this? The drinks here? You guys go grab a drink? You guys grab a drink? All right. I'd rather not be there.